players, Emma Sky, Josie Kostic, Emma Jacobson, and Camille Parato.
Tonight we would like to recognize our seniors, Alyssa, Ella, Eiley, and Tegan. These girls have been in the Aitkin basketball program for most of their life. Tonight we celebrate their journey through high school. We would also like to recognize the seniors from Staples. Number 11, Ashley Robin, and number 22, Georgia Crutchin. We can't wait to see where the future takes all of you. We will now continue with 4 speeches dedicated to each of our seniors. Eiley Cullum, number 21 on the court, is passionate, loving, and supportive. From her raspy laugh to flying into the bleachers 3 times per game. She is the heart of Aitkin girls basketball. I have known Eiley most of my life, and we got a lot closer these past 2 years. When I'm mentally down during a game, Eiley always seems to make me laugh on the bench and even on the floor. She always picks me up, and I always pick her up when she slides halfway across the gym or when she has 4 fouls, which is most of the time. She doesn't only bounce off the walls, she keeps the spirit light in the gym and always has something funny to say. This year, we all went through some hard times, and when I didn't have a heart on the court, Eiley did. For me, and for all of us. She's a flamingo lover and a foul lover, but the thing that I love the most is Eiley. I don't remember every detail about my high school career so far, but the most prominent memories were with my Eiley. With her spunky attitude and her loving, precious heart. I will miss my senior dearly. I love you, Eiley, and thank you for being right by my side through it all. Aitkin basketball will miss you next year.
Alyssa, you did such a great job being our manager. You are extremely helpful and kind. We love having you as a part of our team, and we thank you very much for everything you have helped us with. You always have a positive attitude whenever you walk in the gym, and you can always keep our spirits high. We will miss you so much and wish you the best of luck in your future.
back door, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for 2.
Go backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found it out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
A right-handed dribble goes to Reichel. Deep three-pointer on the way. That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the 3, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday evening here on KKIN, AM 930 FM translator 103.1, The Gobbler. And for those also tuning in online at yourliveevent.com with the video stream, my name is Paul Vold. We are coming to you live here from Aitkin High School. It is senior night for the Aitkin girls basketball teams. 3 seniors on the playing squad, 4 in total here tonight. Last home game of the regular season, and they take on the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Not only a Section 7-2A matchup, which does have implications tonight, but the Gobblers looking for their first conference win of the season, as the Staples-Motley Cardinals and the Aitkin Gobblers combined 1 for 17 on the season in the Mid-State Conference. So both teams looking to finish off the regular season in the win column as they've been scuffling here throughout the season. Visitors tonight, Staples-Motley Cardinals 6-19 on the season. A win on Monday, a loss on Tuesday. Winning against Parker's Prairie, but falling to the likes of Crosby, Ironton. They've been back and forth in the win column as of late, but have already got one in hand against the Aitkin Gobblers here this season. Aitkin as well, coming off a loss against the top team, one of the top teams in the Mid-State Conference, to Pequot Lakes. 84-29 in the loss, now bringing their record to 2-8 in the section as well. 0-9 in Mid-State Conference play, while now making 9 straight losses for the Aitkin Gobblers here in the later moments of this regular season. Paul Vold joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen here tonight. Of course, with it being senior night, Jeremy, too, Gobblers want to finish off this regular season with a win on their home floor, but also this contest has some sectional implications as well.
Yeah, you win this game and you finish ahead of Staples. Mm-hmm. You lose, obviously, it's a head-to-head matchup here because they got us the first time. So if you win, you finish in front and have a different playoff seed than if you would if you lost. So an important game, Section 7AA.
Great amount of games here on the airwaves tonight. We will talk things over coming up here later on this evening here on the video, on the broadcast here this evening. Aitkin Gobblers taking on the likes of Staples-Motley here, girls high school basketball with homegrown local radio and yourliveevent.com. We'll take a break here on the pregame show. Gobblers taking on the likes of the Staples-Motley Cardinals. We'll get to our conversations with our coaches coming up. We'll have Coach, that being Bruce Furman, joining us here on the pregame show. Gobblers taking on Staples-Motley tonight. It's girls high school basketball senior night from Aitkin here on KKIN AM The Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Wednesday through Monday, 2 to 9.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM 103.1. For those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com. Aitkin Gobbler girls close out the regular season against the Staples-Motley's Cardinals as we get a chance now to catch up with head coach for Staples-Motley, Bruce Fuhrman, joins us here on the pregame show. Coach, as always, thanks again for taking time to speak with us ahead of tonight's game.
Thanks for having me.
We certainly do appreciate the time, especially with your team. Most recently, a couple of contests here earlier this week, able to get in some action before winter weather had other ideas as well. You know, a couple of matchups as well. You're able to get a win on Monday against Parker's Prairie, but ultimately fall against Crosby Ironton on Tuesday as well. Looking back at those contests from earlier this season, what did you see as some big, detractors or differences from the win on Monday compared to the loss on Tuesday?
Well, some of the things that we were doing well on Monday, we were really dominating the defensive boards, and that kept us in the game, and we were ahead by a few points. And we saw it slipping away. Then we had to have some, things that we do at the end just to preserve the win. It was nice to have the win. But we carried the same momentum into the Crosby game. I thought we played them pretty well the first half. And halfway through the second half, once again, we limited them to one shot, on their offensive side. So we were getting a lot of defensive rebounds. I looked at our stats, and we were around that 68% spot, which was pretty effective for us, and we actually played pretty well.
Now, obviously, too, with this being one of the last few games of the regular season, Coach, I know that one of the games from earlier this year, you're able to, second time around here against Aitkin as well. Earlier this season, it was a win for your team, 66-38, just back almost less than a month ago. Looking back from that contest, what did you see and remember that your team was able to get off to that strong start and obviously take that win against Aitkin just less than a month ago?
Well, one thing we did is we shot the ball well that game and made a lot of our outside shots. We had a few key steals. Momentum was in our favor. This is a good rivalry that we have had between our two programs. I believe last year we did the same thing, won at our house, and then we lost at theirs. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a good game. And if you look at the section tournament, this one has some key aspects to it to kind of give us direction which way we're going to head.
Yeah, and that was another thing, too, obviously, to touch on as well with sectional play in it as well. But obviously the decision, the final number and the final score is indicative of which team will head which direction as well with sectional play coming up here next week. But, the performance of your team as of late, 16-plus points per game for Lauren Rutten. You've had Livy Lorber pick things up on the rebounding as well. But how do you feel about this team and their play in these last handful of games here, of course, now going into the stretch one, looking towards the postseason?
Well, I'm optimistic. Our girls have been playing much better the last two contests. We've had some games that haven't been very good, in the last couple of weeks, but we're on an upward momentum swing. Izzy Olander has been really stepping up in the scoring position for us, and Cammie Anderson also really doing a good job just, defensively and taking the ball away. And so I'm pretty optimistic. It looks like we're a good unit going forward, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Coach, we certainly do appreciate the time for you to join us here on the pregame show. Best of luck this evening as well and for the rest of the way throughout the year.
Thank you so much.
Head coach for the Staples-Motley Cardinals, that being Bruce Fuhrman, joins us here on the pregame show as the Cardinals take on your Aitkin Gobblers tonight. More at the pregame show, including our conversation with Coach Kaya Davies, is on the way here on KKIN AM, the Gobbler, and also at yourliveevent.com.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Just going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Welcome back to the pregame show tonight here on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 The Gobbler. And for those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com, Aitkin Gobbler girls taking on the Staples-Motley Cardinals tonight. Senior night here from Aitkin as we get the chance now to catch up with head coach for the Gobblers, that being Coach Kaya Davies. And Coach, as always, it's great to talk with you before tonight's game.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You know, you're able to get in at least one game here before, obviously, the snowstorm that wiped out a good portion of the schedule for our listening area. But getting that game against Pequot Lakes as well, another tough one on the schedule too. But, you know, looking back at that contest, I'm sure there were a lot more growing up to do, and obviously growth from the first time around when you played against them up until this point now with that contest back on Tuesday.
Yeah, I was just telling some people, I was like, you know, we have a different team than we did when we played Staples the first time. We were missing about 3 players, and now we have a full roster. So that's super nice to have. And it's really nice going to have Tegan back tonight, a good core scorer for us. And they didn't see her play last game. And we're on our home court, and I feel like the girls play a lot better when we're home, and which hopefully in the future we can adjust that. But, yes, I'm very excited for tonight's game.
Yeah, talking about, too, with that matchup against Staples-Motley, obviously last time they get the women at their place, it was a completely different team as well. You're a lot healthier. You got Tegan back as well for this matchup. But, you know, one thing did notice, obviously, in some of the overall play from that game, too, obviously the rebounding was a big concern as well. They've really kind of picked things up as of late, a little bit more scoring, too. How do you try to counteract that with the play, of course, first off, with just getting rebounding opportunities?
I told the girls yesterday we have to stop giving so many second chances, and that's what happened against the first round against Staples. We just gave so many second chances, and then we got girls in foul trouble, and then you got this and that. It just kind of keeps piling up on you. So tonight it's going to be a lot of defense, a lot of boards, and then focusing on our offense. Like I said, the last probably 4 or 5 games, we just haven't put up enough shots, and that's what's going to be key for us is the shots put up. So.
Another thing to note of as well with tonight's contest, it is senior night. Of course, you've got the 3 senior players in Eiley, Ella, and Tegan as well. They've put in a lot of time with this program. I know it's your first year as head coach, but from afar, I'm sure you've kept and seen a lot of these girls from over the years too. Each one of them special and obviously bringing a different sort, not only to play on the court, but also for this program too.
Oh, 100%. I remember these girls when I was a senior. They were playing C-Squad, so that's just kind of a turn of the tables here, but Ella is a great shooter, and for the last 3 years now, she's been told that she has to score, and that's what her job was especially when Tegan got hurt. So Eiley's a huge defensive skilled, and Tegan's just built all the way around, and she has great perspective on all that. So it's going to be a very fun night, and it's going to be nice going to playoffs with them, and it's going to be a big adjustment for the team next season when they're gone for sure.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Look forward to talk to you after tonight's contest.
Thank you.
Head coach for Aitkin Gobblers, Kaya Davies, joining us here on the pregame show. The Aitkin Gobblers taking on the Staples-Motley Cardinals here tonight. Gobblers fell to Cardinals just under a month ago. Back on February the 2nd, it was 66-38. But a lot of these games, especially in the last calendar month, have been kind of misnomers as well for the Gobblers, given the fact that there were injuries and sickness, not to the full potential the Gobblers have had here throughout this season. So the Gobblers look to bounce back, not only get a conference win, their first conference win of the season, they're looking for a sectional game and quite possibly get themselves in a different position heading into the postseason. Take a break here on the pregame show. We'll get you a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. It's senior night here from Aitkin on the Gobbler, as well as yourliveevent.com.
ISD1. We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller. Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology. Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher. Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
MotorCO.com.
Welcome back here this evening, Aitkin High School on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. For those also tuning in with the video stream at yourliveevent.com. A quick out-of-town scoreboard update. One final already in the books with our broadcast schedule tonight. Pequot Lakes boys basketball takes down Moose Lake Willow River 59-44 over on Cash 95.9 with the second game of that doubleheader on Cash. Park Rapids and Pequot Lakes tonight as well. And again, that over on Cash 95.9. Another one over on Skeeter 101.5, yourliveevent.com. Number 15 ranked in Class A, Nevis takes on Pine River Bacchus girls basketball tonight. And, of course, our broadcast, Staples-Motley at Aitkin, also on yourliveevent.com. But we will be getting special updates here this evening from Crosby High School as the girls from Crosby Ironton take on Minnehaha Academy tonight. That will be at the contest as well. We'll get updates from our own Tom Martin with that broadcast here tonight. Of course, we'll get those still coming your way. It is senior night tonight here from Aitkin High School. 4 seniors for the Gobblers, 3 players. Tegan Piesick, number 20. Eiley Cullum for the Gobblers in 21. And Ella Jansen, number 24. While the other senior is manager Alyssa Campa. All going to be going on to bigger and better things here after their careers come to an end here with Aitkin High School. So they had nice they had nice introductions from the junior players as well, and of course we had the coverage of that on yourliveevent.com. But as we send things out here for our final break in the pregame show, national anthem's going to be coming up. We'll get the starting lineups, and Gobblers take on the Staples-Motley Cardinals tonight. Girls high school basketball, important sectional matchup here for the Gobblers and for the Cardinals tonight. So we'll get you on the other side here on KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. For those also tuning in with the video stream at yourliveevent.com.
As an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full-service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education, where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
Cuyuna Lanes is the place to be. Call and plan your party at 218-456-5027. Cuyuna Lanes, located on Main Street in Crosby, open Wednesday through Monday, 2 to 9.
welcome back here this evening on KKIN AM 930 FM Translator 103.1. The Gobbler as well is available at yourliveevent.com. A little bit of an extended break we had between the school song and the national anthem being recognized here tonight. There was a special recognition of yours truly, Paul Vold here. Of course, it's been no secret as of late. Once winter sports does wrap up, that's unfortunately going to do it for me here for, R&J Broadcasting for KKN Radio as well, covering Aitkin Gobbler sports and the senior girls who were able to bring a little something. I haven't had the chance to look at it yet, and I'm running out of space here. I've got this present from the Aitkin Athletics. I've got Girl Scout cookies to my left. I've got stuff all around me, but nonetheless, a big thank you as well to everybody in the Aitkin community, whether involved with athletics or the community as well. It's been a pleasure over these last handful of years to broadcast sports, all the kids, all the parents, everybody that's been involved over the years as well.
Well-deserving, Paul, and we appreciate all of it. A very professional commentator and knowledge of the games that you cover. It's been great, and we're going to miss you.
I certainly do appreciate that. So we got a basketball game we need to cover here. Girls senior night tonight, getting a look at our starting lines for both teams. Starting first, the visiting Staples-Motley Cardinals. Do include number 5, a 5'10" sophomore forward, and Livy Lorber. Number 11 is a senior at 5'5" in guard forward position, Ashley Robin. Number 21 is a 5'7" junior guard and forward, and Izzy Olander, while number 23 is a 5'5" junior guard in Lauren Rutten. Number 25 is a 5'6" guard and is a junior in Cammie Anderson for the Cardinals here tonight. Head coach is Bruce Furman. Now the starting lineup for the Aitkin Gobblers tonight. Number 15 is a 5'5" junior in Emma Jacobson. Number 20 is a 6' senior girl in Tegan Piesick. Number 21 is a 5'5" senior in Eiley Cullum. Number 23 is a 6' junior in Emma Sky. And number 24 is a 5'7" senior in Ella Jansen. Head coach for the Aitkin Gobblers in her first season is Kaya Davies, assisted by Shay Peterson. Gobblers will be rocking the home blacks tonight. Aitkin going across the chest in red with white trim. Numbers in red and white as well. Cardinals going with the road whites. Cardinals going across the chest in a dark cardinal red with black trim around the uniforms. It'll be, it looks like Livy Lorber and also Emma Sky to take the opening tap here tonight between the Gobblers and the Cardinals. Section 7 two-way matchup. A Mid-State Conference matchup, regular season finale for the Gobblers. Opening tip is won by the Cardinals as we're going to stop here momentarily. We're going to get a re-jump.
Second time in not so many weeks we've seen that.
Second time in at least the last 3-4 games, we'll say at least, as the tab is now won by the Cardinals, and it'll be a Robin Rutten, I should say, to bring it across the timeline. Gets over left wing, down low pass to Lorber. Turnaround shot, no good off the back of the rim. Jansen with a rebound. We're off to a fast and furious start for the Aitkin Gobblers. 0-0 our score, opening possession for the Gobblers. It'll go to Emma Sky, kicks it out right side. Jacobson for 3, short of the mark. Tegan with a loose ball, can't get the spin off the bottom of the rim. It lands in the hands of Livy Lorber for the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Across the timeline for Lauren Rutten, averaging 16 points per game this season for the Cardinals. She'll work it left side, literally hands it off to Izzy Olander, who's really picked up the scoring in double-digit figures here in the back half of the season. Inside pass, Olander kicks it back out. Jumper just inside the arc off the back of the rim, no good from Robin. Rebounded down to the worm. That's Emma Sky for the Gobblers.
Big rebound from Emma, one-handed. Reach back and pull it in.
Skip pass to the right side now on the wing for Emma Jacobson. She'll drive along that baseline. Ball poked out of her hand. Will stay with Aitkin. 16:59 to play here in this first half. Opening minutes of our contest. 0-0 our score on the Gobbler and yourliveevent.com. Looking towards that left side on the inbound to the right, I should say, as it goes to Eiley Cullum. Rolls it off her foot, fight for the loose ball, and the possession arrow is going to say Aitkin on the tie-up. And it'll stay with the Gobblers, but they'll lose that possession arrow once the inbound comes from one of the fellow seniors for Aitkin and Eiley Cullum. Inbound will go to Cullum from Jansen, reestablishes the offense in the front court. 0-0 our score, 16:50 counting downward in the first half. Pass out to the right side now into the corner for Tegan Piesick with space. Shoves a pass to the top of the key now for Jacobson, out to Sky. Now back to Tegan. Gets a screen right side. Shot halfway blocked up. Loose ball as it was blocked by Cammie Anderson. Staples-Motley comes out to the front court with Rutten throwing up a runner. Doesn't go. Loose ball. It's going to be last touch by the Cardinals, and it'll go back to Aitkin.
Start of this game, the officials letting them play. A little body, a little contact, and on both ends of the floor.
Minute and a half into the game, we've seen bodies on the floor, fights for loose balls already, contested rebounds. Something about this matchup towards the end of the regular season always brings out that fight between these two teams. Swing out to the left side, Cullum. Pass in the middle, looking for Sky right in the hands of Ashley Robin. Here come the Cardinals the other way. Throwing up a running shot, will not go, but a foul called on the floor, and will send the Cardinals to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Foul goes against Aitkin. I believe that is going to be Emma Sky. That'll be her first of the night. At the free throw line, number 21, Izzy Olander. The junior knocks down the first points of our game. We're almost 2 minutes in. 1-0 is the score. Of course, 3 contests on the airwaves. Well, technically 4, but one of them being a doubleheader on Cash 95.9. Second free throw from Robin, no good. Rebounded down to Lowerber, averaging double-digit rebounds and a jump ball tie-up. Gobblers will unfortunately not get the benefit of the possession. Arrow go back to, looks like it'll stay with the Cardinals. 16:03 to play here in this first half. Inbound to the right side. 3 on the way. No good from Robin. Loose ball on the rebound. Cullum comes out with it. Across the timeline comes the likes of Tegan Piesek. Right side, tipped out of the hands of Jansen by Olander, I should say. Olander attempted that three-pointer. It will go back to Aitkin as Ella will inbound right in front of the Gobbler student section here tonight. To the right side, out in the corner. Now back to Cullum. Swings it left side now in the left corner. Now for Piesek for 3 off the back of the rim. Long rebound into the corner. Thrown back in. Stepping out of the bounds with the basketball were the Cardinals. Will go back to Aitkin.
Good look, though. Good ball movement. Tegan open in the corner. Just rimmed out.
Cullum out on the right wing. Had space to work with on a shooting attempt, but she'll dish it back out. Long pass out to the front court for Ashley Robin. 3 on the way. Deep 2. No, they're going to count that one as a 3. That one's going to go to number 23, Lauren Rutten. From the angle that we had up here, it looked like foot was on the line, but it's a 4-0 start for Staples-Motley. Pass thrown in the middle of the floor. Emma Sky takes.
I think they're going to get Olander on that.
Izzy Olander will be whistled for the first infraction for the Cardinals here tonight. 15:23 to go. 4-0 for Staples-Motley to inbound. Cardinals running shot from the likes of Tegan Piesek. No good. Fight for a rebound. Jump ball tie-up. Will stay with the Gobblers on that possession arrow. 15:21 to go. Inbound this time to the left of the basket to Ella Jansen. Immediate shot off the inbound from Tegan Piesek. No good. Who touched it last? They're going to say
it's going to be black ball.
Gobblers will get the ball right back. Jansen will start off for the right side on the inbound of the basket. We'll see Abby Palm and Britta Westman checking in for the first time tonight. They'll come in for Sky and Cullum. Ella will inbound to the right side to Emma Jacobson. Fight for it, Abby Palm down on the floor. Now gets it back out. Loose ball taken away by the Cardinals. Running shot no good from Cammie Anderson. Put back on the follow-through is good for Ashley Robin. It's a 6-0 start for the Cardinals. 3 minutes in, it's a 6-0 lead. Gobblers with the possession of the basketball at the top of the key for Abby Palm. Thought about a deep 3. She'll just pass it out to the right corner. Now back up top to Palm from Jansen. Palm will drive, left elbow, kicks it left corner now, down inside the paint. Britta Westman shot off the backboard and in. First points of the night belong to Britta Westman for the Aitkin Gobblers, trailing 6-2. Out to the front court. Lorber with a jumper inside the free throw circle. No good, rebounded down. Back for Rutten for a 2 and good. Gobblers going to close out on that rebound. That's going to be huge here tonight, especially with the fact that Staples-Motley on the defensive end has been known to pile up the defensive rebounds, but they get second chances like that on the offensive end. It'll be a long night for Aitkin, now trailing 8-2. Back up top for Palm, swings it left side for Jansen. Left corner for Tegan Piesek. 3 on the way for Tegan. Off the side of the rim, 2, 3, 4. Bounces no good. Rebounded down to Britta Westman. Her shot no good. It goes in the hands of Livy Lorber. Boy, did that 3 need to go in for Aitkin. 13:55 left in the first half. Into the right corner now. Slowing things up. Cammie Anderson to the left side now. Skip pass into Livy Lorber. Dishes it back out to Rutten. Rutten fakes. Throws up a running shot. Good. 10-2 Gobblers trail. Come back the other way. Gobblers looking to sustain something offensively here in the front court. Trailing 10-2. Abby Palm gets around the defender to Ella Jansen. In rhythm, 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Fight for it down low. Bretta Westman has it initially, but it's taken away from her and stolen, almost taken back by the Gobblers. Livy Lorber got the loose ball and dished it out to a teammate. Now to Cammie Anderson, back out. Rutten to Anderson. On the left wing, hands it off to Izzy Olander. Inside pass, Olander once again. Running shot is good. 12-2 and a timeout taken by Aitkin. 13:02 to play. Gobblers trail by 12-2. 5 minutes into this first half here on KKIN, AM The Gobbler, and also yourliveevent.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class.
My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Just going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Welcome back here on KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. For those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com. 12-2, just 5 minutes into this first half. Gobblers coming up with some empty possessions here early on. Again, hasn't been for lack of effort. Paul Voljoen alongside with Jeremy Jansen as well. It's just the Gobblers. A couple of those times as well for Staples-Motley, Jeremy, just getting second chance points.
Yeah, second chance points. They've only have 3 rebounds. They all came on the offensive side. Gobblers have 5 rebounds, all rebounding, but just not getting them on the offensive side themselves.
Bretta Westman from the right elbow gets a pass now, looking to get it back out to Jansen. Thought about the 3. She'll work it right side now, inside to Westman. Up and in, too strong on the backboard. Camille Paranto with a putback. It's a second chance, and Camille puts it in for the Gobblers. Good opportunity there for Camille, staying with it. Second chance points, and we get a block in the backcourt. This one looks like it'll go against Abby Palm. And that'll be the second of the night for Aitkin in the first half with 12:34 in the first half to go. Gobblers trail 12-4. Gobblers bringing the press. Stolen away by Jansen on the inbound. Jumper right away. Good for Ella Jansen. 4 straight points for the Gobblers. Lorber outlets. Olander. Long pass to Robin, up and in. The Gobblers couldn't get back defensively. Great ball movement from the Cardinals right away. No dribble, just tic-tac-toe. A layup for 2 for Ashley Robin. Gobblers the other way, trailing 14-6. Put up shot from Westman, no good. Rebounded down to Robin. It goes out to now Izzy Olander, who brings it across the front court. Back up top, swings it left side now for Robin. Robin looks left corner, gives it to Rutten, to Lauren Rutten, that is, the junior, leading the team in scoring. Olander looks for a pass, almost taken away by Jansen, but driving. Olander will get the shot to go. Gobblers try to get a little bit of contact. Now 4 points the other way for Staples-Motley. They're back up 10 at 16-6. 11.5 to play in the first half. Looking right side. Inside pass to Camille Paranto. Draws a double team just outside the paint along the right side of the baseline. Pass back out to Emma Jacobson. She looks to drive. Stops, pops a shot wide of the mark. Rebounded down to Jansen. She is fouled on her way to the basket, and she will head to the free throw line for the Gobblers. 11:21 to play in this first half. Gobblers trail 16-6. First free throw on the way from Jansen is good. Foul goes against number 11 in Ashley Robin. That's the second for the Cardinals here this evening. We'll see Cammie Anderson out, brings in Miranda Schatzko for the first time tonight. The 5'9" center and sophomore. Jansen nets the pair at 16-8. Teagan's back in for Jansen. Teagan Piesick, that is. Regular season finale here from home for the Aitkin Gobblers. Senior night was supposed to be last night against Rush City, but Rush City decided not to play this contest as the three-pointer from from Olander goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Aitkin. Of course, with the recent snowfall, further south you went, the further worse it got.
Yeah, I think that was a spot they probably got 15 to 18 inches of snow. And if it blew like it did here, it was bad.
Of course, in my neck of the woods, originally in the southeast part of the state, they got, about that 15. Some areas got about 20 inches as well, but we got about at least a 6 to 8 as the right corner three from Piesick is good. Tegan gets her first three of the night, first points of the night as well. Gobblers trail now by 5 at 16-11. In the front court, loose ball taken away and a foul called even after the ball was well out of hand of the Cardinals. Foul goes against Camille Peranto. 10:41 to play. Gobblers trail 16-11. Cardinals retain the possession. Inbound to Livy Lorber. Gets it back out to Cammie Anderson, who just checked back into the contest for Izzy Olander. Now back out to Ashley Robin. Robin gives it up to Lauren Rutten from the top of the circle, working it back to the top of the key. Drives from the free throw line. Loose ball on the floor, and the Gobblers come out with it. It's taken away by the Gobblers. Cullum initially poked it out. Lands in the hands of Peranto. Speaking of Camille, she hands it off. Skip pass, left side now, back up top. To the left for Tegan Piesick. Inside, Britta Westman loses the handle, but looks to control. Turnaround jumper and just goes strong to the hoop. Britta Westman just kind of turn around and, well, see what happens here.
You know, she's a right-handed shooter, but I think she prefers going left-handed there. Nice soft touch to the rim, left-handed.
Gobblers now trail 16-13, down by as much as 10. They were down 16-6, a 7-0 run for the Gobblers here with 9:50 to play in the first half. Anderson almost stolen away by Tegan Piesick as they'll call the foul against Tegan.
You know, typically you get away with that one when you go with the offhand and there you don't reach across, and she tipped that ball with the left hand, but I think they got her for some body there, contact.
Ella Jansen back in for the Gobblers, comes in for Abby Palm, 9:47 to go, 16-13 our score. From the top of the key for Lauren Rutten. Rutten kicks a pass over to Livy Lorber, top of the right side, one-on-one with Britta Westman. Just shots go, right corner, driving, Rutten backs off a defender. Back out to Cammie Anderson. Thought about shooting. She'll turn around just inside the arc from the free throw line. Kicks a pass right corner now for Robin. Deep two on the way is good for, that's Livy Lorber. 2 points for her. It's back up to a 2-possession lead. This time it's 18-13. Westman, right side. Cullum will not pull the trigger. Passes it out to Tegan Piesick. Top of the left side, almost now. We get a foul called against the Cardinals. Cammie Anderson will be her first of the night. Team's third of the half with 9:03 to play in the first half. Gobblers trail 18-13. Jansen inbounds to Cullum. Right side. Looks for a flash pass into the paint. Goes back up top. Back to Jansen. Trying to find it to Camille. They will get it to Camille. She dishes it back out from the free throw line to Eiley Cullum. Left side, Tegan Piesick. Deep three, left wing. Good. For Tegan Piesick. Cuts it down to a 2-point deficit at 18-16. Smallest deficit for the Gobblers since it was 1-0 with 8.5 to play in the first half.
Fought their way back, played good defense.
And speaking of good defense, they force a turnover as Tegan Piesick comes up with a loose ball for the Gobblers. Looking to tie this one up or maybe even take a lead for the first time in this contest. Back up top, Tegan, straight on, three-pointer, good! Gobblers get the three, and they're now up 19-18. Back-to-back threes from Tegan Piesick. She's at 9 in the first half. 19-18, and a timeout taken by Staples-Motley. We'll take a break as well. 8:07 to play. 19-18 the score. Gobblers on top with 8:07 left in the first half here on KKIN AM The Gobbler and YourLiveEvent.com.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back here on KKIN AM 930 FM translator 103.1 The Gobbler. And for those tuning into the video stream at yourliveevent.com, Gobblers in front 19-18. They were down 16-6 at one point. Defense ramping up. Couple of big differences from the first time around when it was a 66-38 loss. Tegan Piesick, well, she's got 9 points in here in this first half. Defense has really ramped things up, forcing turnovers, especially as of late. Gobblers are putting together a pretty good solid half here so far.
And they're dominating the boards. You know, they've got eight boards to 4, 2-1 here thus far in this first half.
19-18 the score. Gobblers coming up with pressure right at the midcourt line, and it's going to be last touch by the Cardinals as Lauren Rutten being defended by Eiley Cullum, Emma Jacobson, trapping her in the corner at the midcourt line. Inbound once again. Cammie Anderson to Livy Lorber at the top of the key. She'll go right side. Emma Sky checks back in for the first time after rips the ball right out of the hands of Livy Lorber. Gobblers come to the front court now. Right side. Jansen, three-pointer, no good, but a rebound down to the worm. It's a fight for a rebound, and possession arrow will say to Staples-Motley. But good effort from Emma going up there to at least get an attempt to bring the ball back for Aitkin. Possession arrow says Staples-Motley. It will go to the Cardinals on the tie-up. Cammie Anderson will inbound to Robin. Outlets to Rutten to the front court now in the right wing. Backing things up to Robin from the free throw circle. Fires a shot, no good. Rebounded down. Shots go with a putback and gets it to go. 2019 the score. 2019, excuse me, the score now with 7.5 to go in the first half. Cardinals on top of Gobblers for the time being. Left side, Jacobson up top. Jansen, three-pointer just off right side. Good for a three. Ella Jansen knocks it down for a three-pointer. And Ella with now 7 points here in this first half. Inbound, stolen away. Jacobson fires a shot, no good. Gobblers come up empty-handed and a turnover, a foul.
You get Emma for second. Emma Sky, that is.
And luck have it as well for Emma Jacobson. That ball just landed right in her arms. Yeah. She was facing the wrong direction. As we'll see, Izzy Olander back in, checks in for, looks like, number 5 and Livy Lorber. As Rutten brings it out to the front court, a reach against Jacobson, that looks like, against Aitkin. 22-20 our score. Aitkin Gobblers on top with 6:58 to play. Foul called against Jacobson with her first night. Team 6 of the half for Aitkin. Late subs off the floor. Bretta Westman will check in for, looks like, for Emma Sky. And inbound just beyond the reach of Cammie Anderson. Gobblers will get the ball back.
It was 4 turnovers for the Gobblers to nothing for the Staples, for the Cardinals, and now it's 4-4. The last 4 on 5 possessions, they've turned the ball over.
22-20 our score. 6:50 to go here in this first half. Jansen taking her time across the front court. Now gets it to the left elbow for Jacobson. Out to Eiley Cullum. Cullum from the top of the circle. Spins away from a defender to Jansen. Cross-court heave. Almost an awkward alley-oop for Tegan Piesick looking for Ella Jansen. But she is fouled on her way to the basket. 2 free throws for Tegan coming up.
As she tried to jump to go up to that layup and got pushed in the back, and I think the result of the shot was because of it.
Foul called against Lauren Rutten. That's her first, team's 4th of the half as well. Tegan Piesick, one of the 4 seniors in total for this Gobbler basketball team. 3 of them on the floor tonight. Now at 10 points as that first free throw is good for Tegan Piesick. Tegan set to play basketball and volleyball next year. St. Cloud Tech. Second free throw is good for Tegan. 24-20 to the front court, breaking out for the Cardinals. Trailing after leading by as much as 10 in this first half. Gobblers have come back the other way. Cammie Anderson's running shot, no good. Lands in the hands of Tegan Piesick. 1-on-3 the other way. It'll go down to the floor, and Tegan wisely just watches it land in the hands of the Gobblers this time. Throwing ankle passes at each other, both teams now. And we got to fight for the ball, and it will go back to the Cardinals as I think Eiley Cullum in there with a reach. And they're going to call that against Eiley. That's her first of the night. 24-20, with that being the 7th team foul of the half. That means now we will get to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. This time it's going to be Miranda Schatzko, the sophomore, Heading to the line for the Cardinals. That 1-1 here, as signaled by our officials here on the floor tonight. Shots go at the line, front end of the 1-1. Off the back of the rim, no good. Westman with a rebound. Outlets to Jacobson, right side. Jansen left alone for 3. Ella's shot is good. 27-20 the score. As the shot went down, so did the banner. Right behind me. I'll get it fixed here.
Gotcha.
Got a little time here. Sad thing is, bad time to run out of tape. But we'll get it to work here. It's just the one little spot here. Luckily enough, should be good to go. Gorilla tape. It's good stuff.
It is.
I have to buy stock in Gorilla tape, but literally at the same time the 3 went down, I feel something hit me on the head. I thought maybe someone was patting me on the head. No, it was the banner that's right up behind me. Turnaround shot from Livy Lorber, blocked halfway up by Tegan Piesick. 5:45 to go. Tip pass out of the air. Ashley Robin will take it the other way for the Cardinals. She'll go layup, and she is fouled on her way to the basket. And looks like this will be in the act of shooting. Ashley Robin will head to the free throw line for Staples-Motley.
Abby picks up her second of the night.
Abby Palm, the sophomore, coming back from injury in the first 2/3 of the season.
Tough injury, too, you know. A stress fracture way up high on a femur bone, and had to be offered no weight bearing for 6 weeks.
Second free throw is no good. Rebounded back to the Cardinals. Izzy Olander. Lauren Rutten, deep 3, right side, off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded down to Tegan Piesick. 10 points for her, or 11 points, excuse me. Ella Jansen with 10 in the first half. Back up top for Abby Palm, right corner. Jansen gonna flutter another 3, good. Back-to-back threes for Ella Jansen. Now it's a 10-point lead for Aitkin, 38-20. 5:10 to play. Stretch pass into the hands of number 25, Kami Anderson. Tipped out of play by the Gobblers. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Gobblers were down 16-6 at one point, so make that a nice 24-6 run here for Aitkin since that point.
Good ball movement, pressure defense, controlling the boards.
Just a quick 30-second timeout taken here on the floor. We'll keep it right here at halftime. Over in Crosby tonight, not a game on the airwaves. Minnehaha Academy is on top of Crosby Ironton, 29-25 at the half. So the Ranger girls keeping things close. Girls basketball at halftime, seeing Pequot Lakes girls basketball on top of Park Rapids, 35-10 at the break as well. And of course, the other broadcast, we have Pine River Bacchus at Nevis girls high school basketball tonight as well. 30-20 our score here on KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. It's senior night here in Aitkin. Paul Vold joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen.
Nice start for the girls here.
Very nice start here. After the first 5 minutes, they were down 10. The last 10 minutes of game time, they've swung right back around to make a 10-point lead of their own, leading 30-20. Committing. Jumper just inside the arc from Olander. Rebounded back out to Kami Anderson. Stolen away by Jacobson. She'll bring it up to the front court. Right side, she'll drive. Kick pass, weak side, up and can't finish the shot. Fight for a rebound. We get girls hitting the deck, flying everywhere. Possession arrow says Aitkin. It will stay Aitkin as they call the tie-up with 4:40 to play in this first half. Gobblers up 30-20. Inbound just beyond the reach of Camille Paranto, but Bretta Westman chases it down for Aitkin to Abby Palm at the top of the key. Being defended, she'll work right side now, hands it off to Jacobson. Jacobson looking for a flash pass in the paint, nothing cut off there. Now to Westman. Ball taken away from her by Anderson. Outlets to Robin, being defended by Palm. Lays it up and in for 2 more. Ashley Robin gets the benefit of the turnover, and coming back the other way now is Aitkin. 4:14, Gobblers up by 8. Right side for Jacobson. She'll look to drive, being defended by Olander. Back out to Abby Palm. Palm on the right wing gets a screen from Paranto. Hesitates at the top of the circle now to Paranto. Down low, looks for a shot on the bad angle, and it's last touched by Aitkin. With trying to find the rebound was Westman, and we'll go back the other way for the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Miranda Schatzko checks in for the Cardinals. She'll come in for Cammie Anderson. Inbound to Livy Lorber, defended, and trying to find her way from her own free throw line, she will. Being defended by Bretta Westman. Spins away from Westman not once, not twice, now 3 times. Back the other way in transition for the Cardinals. 3:40 to play, Gobblers up 30-22. Rutten at the top of the circle, stolen away by Westman. She'll look the other way, tries to go up and in. She'll throw up a shot, gets it to go from Bretta Westman. Back up to a double-digit lead at 32-22. Tip pass taken away by the Gobblers and Tegan Piesick. Skip pass out to Westman. Draws in a couple of defenders. Out to Camille Peranto. Jumper on the way. Off the side of the rim. No good. Lorber with a rebound for the Cardinals. 32-22. Back the other way comes Lauren Rutten for the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Left baseline. Dribbles her way out of trouble now. Skip pass to the right wing now for Ashley Robin. Robin backs off a defender, and we're going to get a push against the likes of Robin. That'll be her second. Team's 5th of the half for Staples-Motley. 2:58 to play here in this first half. Bretta Westman is out for Aitkin. Brings back in Eiley Cullen. 2:58 to play here in this first half. Gobblers up by 10 at 32-22. Gobblers from the right elbow. Tegan Piesick needs to get rid of it. She does. To Emma Jacobson. Tegan, right wing, three-pointer off the side of the rim and lands in front of the net, and going to be last touched by the Cardinals, they're going to say. And we'll go back to Aitkin. Aitkin gets the ball, they're going to say.
He pointed the wrong direction. He was saying right. Black ball, but.
Gotcha. Falling out of bounds was Cammie Anderson as she had possession, falling out of bounds with it. As the running shot from Piesick will not count. Foul called against Anderson. That'll be her second. 32-22, 2.5 to play in the first half. Gobblers lead. Skip pass inside. Tegan Piesick shot no good. Gets her own rebound. Second opportunity, no good. Livy Lorber with a board, and we get a foul called against, looks like against Tegan. That'll be her second. Get another 1-and-1 here for the Cardinals. 9th team foul this first half. 2:29 to play in the first half. Gobblers ahead.
I thought Tegan got fouled on that one of those 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a little frustration foul reach in on the second missed shot.
Livy Lorber front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Rebounded down to Tegan Piesick. Tegan gives it up to Eiley Cullum from the top of the circle. Looks right side for a pass to Ella Jansen. Jansen back up top for Emma Jacobson, just beyond her reach, and it's going to be Izzy Olander in transition. Goes up with the running right hand and gets the shot to go. 32-24, 2:15 to play. 7 points in the first half for Izzy Olander. Jansen hands it off to Cullum. Cullum gets a screen from Peranto to Jacobson, top of the right side. Right corner for Tegan Piesick. Surveys through the defense for her movement to the right wing. Skip pass back up top for Camille. Camille will drive from the free throw line. Pass back out to Jansen, and we get a travel called against Camille Peranto, and that'll be another turnover for Aitkin. 32-24 with 1:50 to play in the first half.
8 turnovers apiece.
Inbound will be the left of the basket for Staples-Motley as Izzy Olander will get it into Cammie Anderson and fouled right away, unfortunately. More incidental contact as Cullum was shying away from it, but nonetheless a foul called against her. That's her second. Now already in the double bonus here in this first half for is Staples-Motley.
Cammie Anderson's first trip to the line tonight.
Anderson, the 5'6" junior guard. Front end of 2 is no good.
Last game, Cammie was their leading scorer. She was 16 or 18 points, I think. Anyway, up double digits for sure. And she's yet to get on the score sheet.
Second free throw is no good, and a fight for a rebound. Might have gotten tangled up, Camille Peranto, but yet the Gobblers come out with the rebound. I don't know if Camille got tangled up with a Cardinal or Bretta Westman, but nonetheless, hits the floor hard, and, well, Westman will make it count on the other end with an and one.
There's that left hand again, Paul. driving hard left. She's got such big strides. She's quick to the hoop and able to finish left-handed. It's a tough to defend. Most people could defend going right, but not going left.
A thud on one end and a thud on the other. This time it leads to points for the Gobblers. And one completion for Britta Westman is no good. Rebounded down into the hands of Olander. Foul went against Livy Lorber. That's her first tonight, team 7th. In transition come the Cardinals. Anderson back to Lorber. Going to fire a 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound is loose to Olander. Anderson on the right wing. Looks to the right side, right in front of Coach Kaya Davies. Cross-court pass to the top of the circle now. Left side for Lauren Rutten. Rutten from the free throw line, dishes a pass out. Now back to the left for the Cardinals and Livy Lorber. Her 3 no good. Rebounded down to to Eileen Cullum. It's ripped right of her arms by Anderson, and bringing down the secondary rebound, now hitting the floor, is number 23 in Lauren Rutten. Foul called against Ella Jansen. That'll be her first. And back to the free throw line are the Cardinals, trailing by 10 with 59 seconds to go in the first half. First free throw's no good.
9 free throw attempts so far for the Cardinals, yet to make a free throw.
Second free throw's no good. Rebound last touched by the Gobblers, and will go back to Staples-Motley. Gobblers even with the double-digit fouls in this first half. Staples-Motley unable to convert at the free throw line, have yet to put one in at the charity stripe. Pass is stolen away by Britta Westman. Westman lays it up, and good for Britta Westman. 5 straight points for Britta Westman. 36-24, and a foul called.
A steal by somebody.
Excuse me.
A steal, and then Ella got it in the corner, got fouled on a 3-point attempt.
The patented Jansen foul, getting fouled on a 3. 36-24, foul called against Izzy Olander. First free throw from Ella is no good. 51.1 seconds remaining. Gobbler 5th grade basketball teams going to be entertaining at halftime. Second free throw is good. And we'll get one more. 37-24. Up to a 13-point advantage for Aitkin. 51 seconds remaining here in this first half. Third free throw is good, so 2 of 3 at the free throw line for Ella. 15 points in the first half for Ella Jansen. Two, I should say, in double digits for the Gobblers, the other one being Tegan Piesick. 45 seconds remain in this first half. Gobblers left side, driving. Cardinals, I should say. Shot off the front of the rim. Lorber with a putback rebound. Can't get the shot to go. We got 4 girls fighting for a rebound, and all of them end up on the floor.
It's like a bowling ball just rolled in there and knocked them all over.
Gobblers unable to pick up the spare. 33-7. Inbound to the right corner now for Livy Lorber. We'll get it now back out to Izzy Olander. Ashley Robin fakes to the left, draws right side. Free throw jumper no good. Camille Peranto bumps into Ella Jansen but gets the rebound. 15 seconds go. Kaya Davies, Coach Davies, looks towards Jansen, holding for the final shot. Ball poked out of her hand. 10 seconds go. Peranto to Jacobson, right wing. 38-24. Jansen, 4 seconds to Jacobson. 3. Westman looks to drive, throws the one up at the buzzer. Basket goes just before the halftime break. 40-24 Gobblers lead at halftime. Couldn't have put off a better finish the first half. 40-24 Gobblers lead. They were down 10, up 10. Now they're up 16 at the break.
That's we have 3 girls in double digits. Britta's got a dozen as well. So.
Wow. 3 first half scores in double digits. Lots to get to here in the halftime break. Senior night from Aitkin High School. 40-24 our break. We'll get to the halftime show coming up. Gobblers in front of Staples-Motley here on KKIN AM The Gobbler and also at yourliveevent.com.
If your vehicle has an unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide. Where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Welcome back here to Aitkin High School tonight here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. For those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com. Halftime score here at the break. Aitkin Gobbler girls 40-24 against the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Paul Vold here on the broadcast here tonight. Senior night from Aitkin, and well, the seniors did much of the damage in this first half, including Tegan Piesick, Ella Jansen going for double digits, but also a nice play in the first half from the sophomore Britta Westman. 12 points in the first half for the Gobblers. She, a big factor here with tonight's contest with 40-24 halftime score. Gobblers trailed early on. First 3 minutes of the game found themselves down 12-2. That difference went out to 16-6 at one point, but the Gobblers then started to ramp up things on the defensive side of the ball. Started to get turnovers, capitalizing the other end. Big three-pointers from Piesick and also from Jansen as well to build out a lead and also stay in front. Another big thing in the first half for Staples-Motley, forcing fouls against the Gobblers, but unfortunately have yet to capitalize. They're an 0 of 9 at the free throw line in the first half, with the Gobblers now leading 40-24. Here on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1. A quick update with our out-of-town scoreboard as well. Final from earlier here tonight with boys high school basketball on Cash 95.9. Pequot Lakes won against Moose Lake Willow River 59-44. Halftime score in Crosby tonight. Girls high school basketball's Minnehaha Academy on top of Crosby Ironton 29-25, and also at halftime over on Cash 95.9 girls high school basketball. Park Rapids trails against Pequot Lakes 35-10. Those are halftime scores here so far. Aitkin 5th and 6th graders getting action on the floor here tonight, so we'll take another break here on the halftime show. More with the numbers from this first half. Gobblers up 40-24 here on KKIN AM The Gobbler, and also at yourliveevent.com.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
Welcome back here this evening on KKIN, AM 930, FM translator 103.1 The Gobbler. And for those also tuning in with the video stream at yourliveevent.com, halftime score 40-24. Gobblers lead against the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Regular season finale for Aitkin. Senior night tonight. Paul Vold joined alongside with Jeremy Jansen here at the halftime break. Jeremy, Gobblers fell behind early. It was 12-2, then it was 16-6 at one point, but the Gobblers it started cranking things up on the defensive end. It was, turnovers were 4-0 in favor of Gobblers early, and then 4 straight from the Cardinals,
Yeah,
correct?
and that was in that 12-2 run, Paul. Mm-hmm. That was that 12-2 run where they started down 10 and then ended up 16-6 down 10. And that's where they kind of took care of the ball, took care of the boards. There's a stretch there they're just dominating the boards, and again, it ended 15 rebounds for the Gobblers, 11 for Staples. 9 turnovers apiece. The big difference, though, Gobblers 6 of 8 from the charity stripe, and Staples 0 of 9 from the charity stripe. So you get, it's a 10-point game if they make if they have the same shooting percentage from the line. But Gobblers able to benefit from that. Leading the way for the Cardinals, you've got Izzy Olander with 7 and Lauren Rutten with 7. Gobblers 3 girls in double figures. Tegan Piesick with 11. Britta Westman with 12 off the bench, and Ella with 15. Tegan with 5 rebounds as well. And so rebounding, they eliminated second chance points late in that the last part of that first half, and able to go the other way. And so not a lot of offensive rebounds for Staples.
Gobblers ahead 40-24 here on KKIN and also yourliveevent.com. We'll get another break here, halftime show, then we'll start wrapping things up with the halftime show, then get you second half action coming up on the other side. Gobblers lead 20 to make that 40-24 here on KKIN and also at yourliveevent.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
Mr. May's ornithology class. My last 6 years on the Aitkin All-Stars.
Going to Rumble on the Red wrestling tournament.
Just going to the state tournament last year for wrestling.
Making one of those last-minute shots against Crosby.
Going to state my 10th grade year for wrestling.
The Virginia tournament during basketball.
My chemistry class last year.
I would say the Virginia tournament.
Going to state my freshman year for dance. Being able to participate in multiple sports teams.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Welcome back here on KKIN, AM 930, FM Translator 103.1, The Gobbler, and also at yourliveevent.com. Second half just moments away here, with the Aitkin Gobblers leading 40-24. Gobblers leading against the Staples-Motley Cardinals here tonight. As we get ready here for the near start of our second half here tonight. Most recently, looking here with our out-of-town scoreboard and our rankings as well, we're checking here at the break. Minnehaha Academy had taken on Crosby Ironton tonight. Minnehaha Academy is ranked number 4 right now in Class 2A again, and they defeated New London Spicer,
who was at the time number 2.
Correct.
Has since fallen to number 5.
Yes, Providence Academy is ranked number 1 in Class 2A as well. They've got a pretty decent freshman on their team as well.
Yeah, they do, yes.
I think the daughter of a guy who used to play football, I think. Or
yeah, you know, a pretty easy fan favorite when you watch the Vikings with Chad Greenway.
I always make the jokes like, wait, the vodka guy used to play football? That's kind of weird. Gobblers take the opening possession here of our second half, and a tie-up on a loose ball, or at least with Emma Sky possessing the basketball. And possession arrow says it will go to Staples-Motley. 40-24, second half underway here on yourliveevent.com. Gobblers steal the inbound once again. Ball on the loose floor, and it's last touched by the Gobblers, and patented finish by Eiley Cullen. Finds herself face down on the floor.
Yep, she's the blue-collar, hard worker out there sliding on the floor.
Almost lands in the lap of Coach Peterson on the far side of the court as
well.
Yeah,
got her on the nose. It bounced off.
As 17:46 to play here in this second half. Gobblers 40-24. Across half court comes Izzy Olander. Gobblers will be working right to left on your radio dials and on your computer screens at yourliveevent.com. Poked out of the hands. Gobblers active hands here to start off. Not letting anything for Staples-Motley come with ease.
Very much so.
Shot off the initial inbound for Livy Lorber is up and in and good for 2. 40-26. Gobblers come to the front court with Ella Jansen, 15 points. Speaking of 15, gives it over to number 15 in Emma Jacobson. Pass to the hands of Cullen, goes off the leg of Eiley and out of bounds. It'll be thrown back in by a passing fan. Cardinals try to bring it across half court with Lauren Rutten. Rutten across the timeline for the Cardinals. Works at the top of the key now, left side for Izzy Olander. Olander will give it off. A pass, top of the key now, right side for Ashley Robin. Robin will get it to the likes of Rutten. Jumper from Cammie Anderson, no good. Rebounded down to Robin, gives it off to Lorber, and we get a travel called against the Cardinals of Staples-Motley. 40-26, Gobblers looking for their first points. Just now under a minute left here in this first half. Also like to give a quick shout out as well to the Girl Scouts that were selling cookies here tonight. Definitely not going to go home empty-handed tonight in many areas as they turn over from the Gobblers. Lauren Rutten will go laying it up and in for 2. It's a 4-0 start for Staples-Motley at 40-28. Question is if I'm going to have enough hands to bring stuff out to my car here.
Man,
tonight.
You got a bag to carry some stuff.
I've got a few things to carry with me, but we'll make it work nonetheless. Minute and a half to start the second half. Gobblers looking for their first points. Pass down low along the baseline, and Jansen comes out as it goes from baseline to baseline. Almost turned over again. Gobblers turn it back over. Cammie Anderson to Ashley Robin. Robin will travel. Gobblers a little bit sluggish here out of this halftime locker room. 4 straight points, and, well, I think about 3 turnovers at least to open up the half.
Yep, 3-2 turnovers. Gobblers got to remember there's 2 halves of basketball, not just 1.
Just as easily, the Gobblers came back from a 10-point deficit. Cardinals could do the same thing, knock on wood, here this evening. 16-10 to play in the second half. Cullum from the top of the circle works it back towards the middle, looking towards the right side. Gets the shake of the head from Jansen. Don't come this way. Emma Sky around left side. Can't get the shot to go. Fights for a rebound, and we will get a tie-up. And possession arrow says to Aitkin.
Good power move by Emma. Ripped the ball down, went right to the hole, just kind of slipped there going up and cost that easy layup.
And a couple of times here, especially in the JV game as well, right underneath the baseline, underneath the basket, I should say. A couple of times seen officials call for towels to wipe things off. Teagan for a three, no good. Rebounded down into the hands of Lauren Rutten. Rutten will take it herself across half court, weaving through the black shirts of Aitkin's defense. Cross-court heave again to Cammie Anderson, top of the key now. Izzy Olander skips it off the leg of Emma Jacobson. Fight for a loose ball down on the floor, and we will get a tie-up. Ball will stay with the Cardinals.
Again, very active hands. Gobblers causing loose balls.
Gobblers diving for those loose balls as well. Emma Sky this time. Channeling the worm. Rodman. Now Sky. Jumper put back as good for Livy Lorber. Now make it 6 straight points to open up the half. It's a 10-point lead for Aitkin at 40-30.
Gobblers need a bucket here.
Gobblers need to create something here offensively. Jansen skips it down low to Sky. Back out to Teagan. Fight for a ball. It's ripped out of her arms and taken away by Cammie Anderson. A lot of contact. Here comes Lauren Rutten. Throws up a runner, and she's going to foul on her way. 2 free throws coming up as Teagan Piesick will be whistled for a foul. And if that is, I believe, her 3rd foul, yes, correct on that one. That's foul number 3 for Teagan Piesick. Under 15 to play. First free throw is good, and first make of the contest tonight for Staples-Motley. So we'll see Emma Sky and Teagan Piesick out. Brings in Abby Palm and also Bretta Westman off the bench. Bretta with a nice first half. 12 points in that first half. Second free throw, no good. Loose rebound. It's taken down by Ashley Robin. Left side. Cammie Anderson for the left double. Stops, pops a shot. Good. Gobblers now down, now lead by 7. A 9-0 start to the second half as a timeout taken by Coach Kaya Davies. Quick 30-second timeout here on the floor. We'll just keep it right here for the time being. 9-0 start to the second half, Jeremy. Gobblers, I think, maybe not so much lackadaisical, but just, haven't gotten a lot of consistency on the offensive end out of the halftime locker room.
Yeah, forcing maybe a few passes. The other thing, too, is you got to expect the other team is not going to come out and lay over and, go away quietly. So you got to have that same intensity or more, and as much or more as you had in the first half.
Gobblers and Cardinals benefiting here tonight. Either one that gets a win, one or the other is going to flip-flop over the other because Cardinals in front right now in the sectional standings. If Gobblers win tonight, they're going to jump right over Staples-Motley, and that helps obviously with sectional play coming up here next week for both teams. High inbound pass. Gobblers turn it over. Janzo is trying to find Jacobson just beyond her reach and going out of bounds. It will go back to Staples-Motley. 40-33, 14-41 to play in the first half. Inbound goes to Livy Lorber from her own free throw line, being defended by Westman. This was a good matchup defensively, and they're going to call a block foul against Bretta Westman. First foul of the game as well for Bretta. Team's second of the half. Gobblers up 40-33. 9 straight points to open to the half for the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Driving, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, loose. Gobblers unable to close out, goes back to Lauren Rutten. Rutten from the left wing, skips a pass over to Olander. Turnaround shot off the back of the rim from Lorber once again. This time the Gobblers close out with Abby Palm getting the loose change. Palm brings it up to the front court now with Emma Jacobson getting a screen from Westman. Stops, pops a shot, and off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is into the hands of Lorber. Stretch pass, 2-on-1 the other way for the Cardinals. Rutten, left-handed shot, is fouled on her way to the basket, and she will go to the line for a pair. 40-33 the score, 14 minutes to go. At the line shooting a pair will be Lauren Rutten. Foul goes against Jansen. First free throw is good. Ella's second. team's third, 40-34. Second free throw is also good, 40-35. 16-point lead down to 5. Jansen's three-pointer is good. Snaps an 11-0 start to the second half. Gobblers up by 8, 43-35. The other way, Cammie Anderson with a free lane, throws up a shot, no good, rebounded down to Jansen. Ella will take her time. Defense closing in on her. Outlet pass to Jacobson in the right corner. Looks for a pass back out, Palm with it at the top of the circle. Dribbles her away from a defender between midcourt and the top of the circle. Works left side. Jacobson on the left wing. Makes her way back to the top of the key, just inside the arc. Looks for a pass towards the middle. Westman trying to fight for it, but it's taken away by the Cardinals. Now it's thrown away by Staples-Motley, and we get a foul on a reach. I believe Rutten in the area of the foul. It will be Lauren Rutten. That'll be her second. Team's first of the half as well. Just a little over 4 minutes into this second half. 43-35. It was back down to a 5-point deficit for Staples-Motley. It's back up to 8 now. The only points of the second half belonging to a three-pointer from Ella Jansen the last time down the floor for the Gobblers. And we get a foul called against Staples-Motley. And that will be Izzy Olander. That'll be her third. Looks like Miranda Schatzko will look to check in. Next opportunity for the Cardinals for Coach Fuhrman. Up and under, a layup, not good enough from Westman. Fight for a rebound, Camille Paranto. Jump ball, even though Camille had it. Reaching up and over.
She was behind.
Kind of a sandwich claw action from Livy Lorber.
It's just an easy call for an official to call it a dual possession. That's not a dual possession ball there.
43-35. Gobblers will inbound to the right of the basket with Ella Jansen. Skip pass into Camille, up and in. There's your 2 points from Camille. Gobblers back up by 10, 45-35. On the defensive end. Now playing a double team on Livy Lorber, and on a reach, Jansen's going to be called for a foul.
Too far from the, those fouls that are 80 feet from the hoop is it's a tough one.
24 is now whistled for a third foul. Ella will step out for a little bit, brings back in Tegan Piesick. Tegan's also got 3 fouls tonight. Cross half court, 12:43 to go. And a double dribble against Cammie Anderson gives it right back to Aitkin. Back up by 10 with 12:41 to go. 45-35. And we go to overtime with the Minnesota Wild and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Wild will get a point here with their recent hot streak, but want to win it and get that extra point. Make it 5 in a row. As a turnover by the Gobblers. Abby Palm trying to throw up a running shot. Inbound goes to Livy Lorber. Stretches it out to Lauren Rutten across half court. Backs off the defender. Right wing up top. Swings it out left side from Lorber. Now to Anderson. Anderson dribbles her way to the top of the key. Rutten throws up a running shot. It's going to be a charge against Lauren Rutten. Lo and behold, it's Camille Paranto
coming home from underneath that. If she's had one, she's had 20 this year.
The queen of the charge, that being Camille Paranto for the Aitkin Gobblers. 12:07 to play, 45-35. Right wing, in the left corner now for Tegan Piesick with space. Draws a pass inside to Camille. Step back out. Right side, Abby Palm for 3. Good for Abby Palm. Nice way to introduce herself to the game tonight with 3 points. Back up now to a 13-point lead and a foul called behind the play. Gobblers back up by 13.
Brito picking up her second.
Brito with her second foul tonight, and team's 5th of the half. Gobblers get a big basket there from Abby Palm. Camille Paranto steals the loose ball. It's still out on the floor, and it will be a timeout taken by Coach Fuhrman for the Staples-Motley Cardinals. There's a whole lot of action going on there.
Man, ball rolling between legs and people on the floor.
Something about this matchup between these two teams that just goes wire to wire all the way down. Gobblers up by 13, but again, it was a 5-point lead at one point for Aitkin as well. Speaking of close games, Minnehaha Academy and Crosby Ironton. Crosby Ironton's up by 6 with 2 minutes to go, 67-61.
Wow.
They're looking for their second straight top 5 win against, I should say, the second top 5 win this week. They did defeat New London Spicer.
And 3 top 10.
This is true. They
beating
yes.
Pequot as well.
That's right. And they also took down Detroit Lakes, who was ranked number 9 in Class 3A. They did that earlier this week as well. Or was that last week? I don't know. Games all starting to run together after a while here at this point of the season. But Gobblers up 48-35 after the timeout from Staples-Motley. Gobblers is up by as little as 5 here in the second half, but have really turned things around as of late. Livy Lorber, skip pass. Now to Lauren Rutten. Ashley Robin trying to find a pass in the middle. Poked away. Camille Peranto, the loose ball, and she steps out of bounds with the basketball, unfortunately. Came out with a clean steal, but right underneath that basket, not a lot of area to work with. Inbound. Skip down low. Back out now for Ashley Robin outside the paint. Puts it down on the floor. Gives it off to Lauren Rutten. Out on the right wing, defended by Jacobson. Driving. Olander down low for, I think, Lorber down there. No shots go. And a travel called against the Cardinals, and Miranda shots go. 48-35 with 11:05 to play in this first half. Or second half, excuse me. Scoreboard still says first half. Out on the right side now, Palm to Tegan Piesick out on the right wing. Drives into the corner now, just inside the arc, defended by Lauren Rutten. Ball loose out on the floor, and it's going to be Westman who comes out with it. Tegan Piesick fires a 3. Good for Tegan. 51-35. We're back up to 16 once again for the Gobblers. Back out a 3-pointer from Lauren Rutten, short of the mark. It goes out of bounds. It's last touched by Schatzko as she was going out of bounds. And Livy Lorber tried to throw it back in, bounced off the back padding underneath the basket. 10.5 to play, 51-35. Abby Palm across the timeline, right in front of Tegan. She'll hand off the pass, does Abby to Tegan. Skip pass left side. Up top. Working right wing now for Abby Palm. Gets a screen from Westman. Back to Britta. Down low. Off the right side. Shot no good. Rebounded in the hands of Livy Lorber. Well, the Wild, unfortunately, will not extend their winning streak, but do get a point as they fall in overtime against the Toronto Maple Leafs. 10 minutes to go. 51-35. And we get a foul called behind the play, it looks like. And a shots go, I believe.
No, I think they're going to get. Camille for her second.
It is going to be Camille. Looks like William Nylander gets the game winner in OT from Toronto tonight.
He got the first and the second. He scored both tonight.
Minnesota Wild fall 2-1 in OT against the Toronto Maple Leafs here tonight. We'll have coverage of the Wild coming up here this weekend on the Gobbler. Let you know about that in the post-game show. Under 10 to play. Thrown pass out of bounds by the Cardinals. We'll give it right back to Aitkin with 9:47 to go. A couple changes out on the floor. I believe Eiley Cullum's back into the contest with Abby and Emma Jacobson out. Ella Jansen back in for the Gobblers. 51-35. Cullum with the handle of the ball at the top of the circle. Left side. To Tegan Piesick. Tegan drives. Right-handed shot. Basket will not go as she's called for a travel. Very close there for Tegan as well. Extra half step, unfortunately, not to the liking of our official on that call. 51-35. Jansen with 18 points. Tegan with 14. And Greta Westman still holds at 12 points here in this contest. On the left side now for Izzy Olander, defended by Westman. Gets a pass over to that being Ashley Robin. Throws it right side now for Cammie Anderson. Anderson will go right side out on the wing. Now drives inside. Throws up a wild shot. Can't get it to go. Robin with a rebound. Outlets to Izzy Olander. Olander to Livy Lorber for a 3 on the left wing. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded down to Lauren Rutten. Rutten's pass is poked out of her hands. Last touch by the Cardinals. Gobblers will get the ball back.
Cardinals starting to take over the boards here in the second half, up 8-2. Gobblers Need to start boxing out here a little bit better.
Which carved into that 16-point lead early on, and we get a foul called on the backside as Cullum.
Now they're going to get Britta for a moving screen.
That's going to be foul number 3 for Britta. Stoppage here out on the floor. We'll get the ball inbounded on the near side of the court as opposed to the far side in front of Coach Davies. 51-35, and now we get, with it being the 17th foul of the half for Aitkin, it's going to be a 1-and-1 now for Staples-Motley. That's going to send, I believe, number 21, Izzy Olander, the line. Now we're going to check here.
It's a control foul, so
yes.
It doesn't.
So it will now be a 1-and-1.
Yep.
So our bleacher referees confer as well with the officials down on the floor.
Correct,
for correct confirmation.
If you ever need help, just go to the crowd. They'll tell you.
Home or away, they're always right.
Yeah, exactly.
51-35 the score. Running in the lane is Lauren Rutten, and she's put down on the floor. Unfortunately, a foul. This one going to be against Aitkin again, and this is going to be
Eiley
Cullum with her third. And now that makes it the 4th Gobbler with 3 fouls tonight. And we'll get Lauren Rutten at the line for guaranteed 2, it looks like. Not a 1-and-1. 51-36 the score.
8th free throw attempt coming for Lauren.
Second of the 2 guaranteed is good. 51-37 with just over 8.5 minutes to play. Tegan Piesic across the timeline, works it left side, and a reach as Eiley Cullum and Lauren Rutten
picks up her 4th.
Rutten will head to the line. Rutten will be heading with her 4th foul. She'll be heading to the bench.
That's a big one for the Cardinals. You know, Lauren controlling the ball, taking it up.
Sky back into the game. Gets the inbound. Shot no good. Fight for a rebound is loose. It's still loose, and it's Sky who comes out with it. Nearly stolen away. It is stolen away by Ashley Robin. Robin will go down the length of the floor. Poked out of her hand by Eiley Cullum.
Good hustle play by Eiley there.
No easy layups for the Cardinals on that possession as 8:17 to play. Inbound will come to the right side of the basket. A couple final scores as well to report as the shot up and in and good. Now 51-39. Gobblers are up by 16, now back down to a 12-point lead. Gobblers could use a basket on the other end. Unfortunately, they'll throw another turnover. Looking for Bretta Westman inside as it's stolen away by Cammie Anderson.
11 so far this half.
Runner from Anderson, no good. A rebound is loose out on the floor. It's Eiley Cullum with the loose ball. Throws it away to Anderson. Her turnaround shot is good. 51-41. Gobblers still ahead, though. But it might as well be a 2-point lead or even tied at this point. Gobbler's shot on the other end from Westman, no good. Gets her own rebound, does Britta. Britta will try again with the right-handed shot. Can't get that one to go. Lorber comes up with the loose ball. Gobblers will bring it up, Cardinals will bring it across half court now. Right side on a skip pass to the left wing. Cammie Anderson's shot is good. 51-43 now the score. Gobblers are up by 16. Now they're up by 8. An 8-0 run for those keeping score at home. 7 minutes to play. Gobblers not making it much easier on themselves here as Cullum out in the right corner. Looks for a pass to a teammate somewhere. Skips inside to Westman. Ball loose on the floor. Last touch by the Cardinals. It'll go back to Aitkin. See Jacobson and Peranto check back in. And Miranda Schatzko checking in as well. Final scores over on Cash 95.9. Pequot Lakes 63-22 over Park Rapids. Pine River Bacchus girls, I believe, fall against Nevis 60-41. 13 seconds left. Crosby Ironton leads by 3. It's 71-68 against Minnehaha Academy.
71-68?
71-68. 3-point lead with 13 seconds remaining for the Rangers against Minnehaha Academy.
And that's in Crosby tonight?
It's in Crosby tonight. So Minnehaha Academy making the trip up to the Cayuga Lakes area. No tip on the ball going out. It will stay with Staples-Motley. 51-43, 6:50 to play. Inbound, Robin. Tipped out of the air, and Robin, it's going to watch it go right by. Ella Jansen will go lay up. A little too strong off the backboard. It goes to Izzy Olander on the other side of the floor. Izzy Olander kicks it left corner. 3 on the way. Short of the mark for number 22, Sky with a rebound. Number 22, Georgia Cruckton, checking in for the first time tonight. One of the 2 seniors on the other side for Staples-Motley as they were honored tonight with the pregame festivities. Inbound, the shot from the right side, no good. Tegan Piesic's follow through on the rebound, no good. Gobblers still up by 8, 6 minutes to go. Staples-Motley to the front court to the right side for Cruckton. Cruckton swings it back up top for Olander, defended by Jacobson. Runner in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped down low. It's going to be in the hands of Camille Paranto. Gives it up to Tegan across half court. Gobblers trying to go big inside with a timeout taken on the floor by Coach Kaya Davies. Under 6 to go here in regulation. Gobblers up by 8, 51-43 here on KKI and the Gobbler and YourLiveEvent.com.
Unfortunate mishap, you want the best in quality bodywork. You need to take it to Aitkin Body Shop. They can handle any collision or auto glass repair, and they have a state-of-the-art facility and technology. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit them at 421 North Minnesota Avenue. Towing services also available. Give them a call at 218-927-2883. Remember the name that stands for quality and trust. That's Aitkin Body Shop, providing exceptional auto body collision and paint repair since 1974.
Welcome back here on KKIN AM 930 FM translator 103.1 The Gobbler. 51-43 is our score. Aitkin Gobblers leading against the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen here tonight. Gobblers had the lead dwindled down to 5 at one point here in this first half. Got all the way back to 16. Gobblers are up by 8 as of late. It's been a streak here on both ends of the floor. Turnovers, missed baskets, and getting big shots when they needed to. Again, it feels like it should be like a 2-point lead here for Aitkin, but 8 points is the difference right now for Aitkin.
Gobblers 13 turnovers here in the second half has contributed to that comeback.
Tegan Piesic with the handle of the basketball gets a screen from Sky at the top of the circle. Left elbow floater, no good. Paranto fighting for it. Loose ball flying everywhere. Tegan Piesic gets the shot to put right back. Started the offensive flow, finished it with that putback shot after it went off about 5 or 6 arms. Back up to 10 is the lead at 53-43. 5:26 to go. Top of the circle for Lauren Rutten with her 4 fouls. She's back into the contest. Little over 5 to play. Cruckton looks for a flash pass in the paint. Nowhere going for them. Cardinals. Robin, right side. Layup is in. Cuts back down to an 8-point lead, 53-45. Stretch pass. Jacobson drives, stops, pops a shot off the side of the rim, no good. Cruckton with a rebound, and Camille Paranto actually comes out with a loose ball, and we get a tie up on the floor. Gives it right back to final score. Crosby Ironton wins 73-68 against Minnehaha Academy. Tori Orline, 33 points tonight. Stolen inbound by Tegan. It goes right back as it's tipped up to the front court now for Lauren Rutten, defended by Jacobson. To the front side, turnaround opportunity, no good. Jansen comes out with the loose ball. Just under 5 to go in regulation. Inside pass to Sky, now to Jacobson. Calls out the play from the top of the circle. Goes right side for Jansen. Jansen gets a screen from Paranto, at least an attempted screen to Camille. Now to Tegan Piesic, backing out now between half court and the top of the circle. Left side on the wing. Tegan, inside pass to Paranto. Tipped out of her way, over her head, into the paint. It's taken back by the Cardinals. Cammie Anderson to Lauren Rutten. Rutten stops, fires a shot once again. Went halfway down, kicks back out. Sky with a board. 4:04 to play, counting downward here in this contest. Gobblers up by 8 at 53-45. Sky to the top of the circle, left alone. She'll drive from the left double, draws in a triple team. Skip pass, left side. Tegan Piesic for 3, no good. Rebounded down and into the hands of Schatzko. Miranda shots go, gives it up to Lauren Rutten, just getting across half court. It's Kami Anderson. She drives blocked out of the air by Tegan Piesick as it goes out of bounds. Boy, that pass across half court, very close right there. Just getting the feet across half court was Kami Anderson for her attempt. 53-45 our score. Gobblers ahead. 3:40 to go. Gobblers looking to snap a 9-game losing streak and a win for the Gobblers at home as well for these seniors. Shot is going to be impeded upon, and Livy Laura is going to head to the free throw line. Looks like Emma Sky.
I think you're going to get Jacobson for that one.
Yeah, it was right in that area between the two of them.
Oh,
it's going to be Emma Sky. Holy cow. Can't believe I was actually right for once. Better let my wife know that, too. It's only the 3rd foul for Emma. I had her down for 4. That would have been her 4th, but I have her for 3. No, the scoreboard has her for 3.
Yep, I have Emma for 3 as well.
Second free throw is a miss after the first one being a miss from the likes of Lorber. Stretch pass to the front court taken away by the Cardinals once again. They'll reset. Driving, Anderson from the left elbow, throws up a runner. She's fouled her way to the basket as well, and we will get a foul this time for the Gobblers. And now Emma Sky has 4 fouls.
Anderson's second trip to the line tonight.
Kami Anderson at the line, guaranteed 2. Now the Cardinals will be in the double bonus now, 10+ fouls for Aitkin. And now makes it the first Gobbler with 4 fouls tonight for Emma Sky. Second free throw, no good. And now brings it up. Sky with a rebound to Tegan Piesick. 3:17 to go. Clock will wind here. The Gobblers up by 8. Across the timeline, and we get a carry against the Gobblers. And Tegan Piesick turned over.
16 turnovers here, second half for the Gobblers.
After a very, a very impressive first half with only 9 turnovers in the first half for Aitkin. Uncharacteristic here in the second half overall. Inside, Lorber, her shots impeded upon. Blocked
the worm.
as well. Emma Sky tonight. Left side to the front court for Aitkin. Jacobson just off left elbow, shot no good. Rebounded down to Livy Lorber, and we get a travel called against Lorber. Gobblers get the basketball with under 3 to go.
Gobblers just can't find. They got to take let's take the lid off here.
Get a 3 from Piesick, or somebody would be a big way to open things up with under 3 to go. Unfortunately, they turn it over. Lauren Rutten across half court. Right side, floater on the way. Basket counts, and she is fouled on her way to the basket. Lauren Rutten in transition. Now 16 points on the night. Foul for Emma Jacobson, her second. And we'll get the and one free throw here momentarily from Lauren Rutten. Free throw is good. It's now a 5-point lead for the Gobblers at 53-48. We'll switch things up. Sky will not inbound. It'll be Tegan Piesick this time to inbound the ball. Gets it to Britta Westman across half court, runs into a double team. Gets it back to Abby Palm. Now establishing the offense in the front court for Abby. Abby across into the right corner now to Tegan Piesick. Might have been bumped, but referees will let it play. To the top of the circle now for Jansen. Jansen, right wing, looking towards the corner for a pass somewhere to Emma Sky. Now at the top of the circle, down low. Tegan Piesick, her shot too strong off the backboard. Rebounded down to Ashley Robin. 2.5 to go, 58-43, 53-48. Runner from Rutten off the backboard, lays it up and in high and gets the putback. Gobblers are up by 3 at 53-50. Westman across half court to the free throw line. Down low, back out for Tegan. Tegan just a little bit off center, didn't fire the shot, and we get a timeout taken on the floor by Aitkin, it looks like. 2:02 to go. Gobblers were up by 16 at half. We're up by 16 midway through the second half. It's now 1 possession at 3 points, 53-50. After a timeout taken, the Gobblers had a chance there. Ella Jansen was out on the right wing, left wide open. As soon as the pass got to her, then a timeout was called.
Yeah, they're. It seems like one end of the court they're letting them play, and the other end they're not. I mean, 10-4 fouls. Tegan just there left-handed going to the rim. That ball did not by itself go off the glass that hard. And so, Coach Davies, I can see, wants a couple more calls over there. And hopefully here down the stretch, girls can make some free throws and get the ball to the rim.
53-50, 2:02 to play. Patented Aitkin Staples-Motley matchup. It's going to come down to the finish, it looks like, here tonight. Might as well be on senior night, as we get a foul called, finally.
My goodness.
With Abby Palm right at midcourt, in danger of turning it over and back. This one will go against Ashley Robin, her third. Team's fifth of the half as well. Inbound to Tegan Piesick right in front of her own bench. In trouble in the corner, gets it to Emma Sky on the right wing. Looks for a flash pass just outside the paint to Britta Westman. Impeded upon. Left side to Ella Jansen. Cross-court heave to the likes of Emma Sky at the free throw line. Sky from the right elbow. Falls to the floor, loses the handle. It'll go out of bounds. Off the hands of Emma Sky. And will go back to Staples-Motley under 100 seconds to play. 53-50 the score. Across half court come the Cardinals. Right side to the free throw line to Ashley Robin. Robin resets the offense to Lauren Rutten. Rutten in front of her own bench to the left wing, into the left corner for Izzy Olander. Fires the three off the back of the rim. Rebounded down to Abby Palm with 1:20 to go. Fouls to give to the Cardinals. Abby Palm runs into a double team, skips it over to Tegan Piesick across half court. It's almost stolen away, but luckily enough, Abby Palm was there to pick up the loose ball. To Britta Westman. Westman with 1 minute to go. Pushes her way into the paint and a travel against Britta Westman. 53-50 with 1:02 to play. Minute 2 to go. Gets substitutions in. Britta Westman's out. Brings back in Camille Peranto for the Gobblers. Inbound to Izzy Olander. Olander across half court for the Cardinals. She'll drive. Skips it over to Livy Lorber. Puts it up and in for two. Gobblers up by 1 at 53-52 to Abby Palm. Gets a screen from Piesick, brings it across half court. Now she will into the right side, and a foul called as Palm released the pass to Camille Peranto. Foul called against Cammie Anderson. That'll be her third foul to give for the Cardinals. Inbound right in front of the bench, looking for Tegan Piesick, and a foul against Lauren Rutten.
That's her fifth.
That's 5 now for Rutten. She will watch the rest of this game from the bench. 53-52.
1-1.
And it will be a 1-1, with it being the 17th foul. And at the line will be Tegan Piesick. So with Rutten out, get some confusion on the floor here. Number 20, Pam Lawrence, the freshman, is going to check in for Lauren Rutten. Now we get confirmation, make sure everything's all right as well. Tegan Piesick at the line for a 1-1. Front end of the 1-1 is on its way. Good for Tegan. The senior. And a technical foul assessed behind the play against Izzy Olander. A technical foul for Izzy Olander. That's her fourth. We still have one more free throw on the 1-1. So I believe we will get the technicals first. No, we're going to
finish the
1-1.
And then you can pick.
That's right.
Whoever.
Yes. And Camille Peranto was the one looking for the second free throw from Tegan. Is good. Completes both free throws. Now we will get the technical free throws. Tegan at 18 here tonight. Looks like Tegan's going to stay at the line to shoot the technical free throws. First technical free throw, no good. 55-52. Now the score after both free throws from the 1-1. First technical free throw, no good. Second technical free throw is no good. 41.6 seconds to go. 55-52.
But Gobblers retain possession.
They do. They get the ball back after the technical foul assessed to Izzy Olander, her fourth as well. She remains in the ball game. Gobblers get it to Tegan Piesig off the inbound. Right wing, she'll drive towards the baseline. Throws up a scoop shot, no foul called in transition, and a foul called against Camille Paranto. That's going to send the Cardinals the free throw line for 2.
Ashley Robin's second attempt.
And at the line will be Robin. Camille Paranto with 3 fouls tonight. 34.8 seconds to go. 2 guaranteed free throws here for Ashley Robin. First free throw's good. 52-53. 34.8 seconds to go. Second free throw is on its way from Robin, and it is no good. Rebound back down to Robin. Fight for it at the free throw line. She gets a handoff and will get a foul called. No, a timeout. Timeout taken out on the floor. Down to 55-53. 32 seconds to go. Cardinals trail against the Aitkin Gobblers. Gobblers had a chance to extend their lead out beyond the 1 possession after those before the technical free throws. Unfortunately, Tegan Piesig unable to convert on any of those technical free throws, but nonetheless, 55-53, a timeout taken by Staples-Motley. They do have the ball as well. That's a situation here for Coach Furman as well. You go for the layup to tie it?
I think you probably do.
Go for the 2.
Yep.
Especially being on the road.
And your 3-point threat sitting on the bench in Lauren Rutten.
Gobblers were up by 16 at the half at 40-24. Got it back out to a 16-point lead midway through the second half as well. And now hanging on to a 2-point lead. Just crossing into 9 o'clock on KKIN AM Aitkin. The Gobbler, AM 930 FM Translator 103.1. Paul Vold, Jeremy Jansen, senior night from Aitkin High School. Gobblers will play defense. Down, up by 2, 55-53. As we get confirmation, each team's got 1 timeout left here in regulation. Inbound to left of the basket, it will be Cammie Anderson to inbound the ball. Up top for Izzy Olander. Olander works at top of the circle, now right side. Back up top to Olander, gets a screen from Robin. Flash pass inside or just to the left wing. 2 on the way is no good. Last touch by. It's put back by Ashley Robin. He can't get the shot to finish. Ball loose out, and we get a foul called on the way, and it looks like it'll be free throws coming up for the Staples-Motley Cardinals on the foul. With 16.5 seconds to go, Izzy Olander will head to the line for 2 free throws. Abby Palm called for the foul for Aitkin. First free throw from Olander is good. 55-54. 8 points on the night for Olander. Second free throw is on its way. No good. Rebound down to Piesig. Tegan will handle it. Loses the ball. Ball down on the floor. We will get a jump ball tie-up. Possession arrow says Aitkin. 55-54, 11.3 seconds to go in regulation. Gobblers up by 1. Tegan will inbound the basketball to the left of the basket. Looks towards her left to Emma Sky. Sky will hang on to it, and she is fouled. Emma will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 with the 8th team foul of the half for the Cardinals.
Emma Sky's first attempt.
Foul goes against number 5 in Livy Lorber, her second. 9.3 seconds to go. It's a 1-and-1 for Aitkin. Emma Sky at the line, front end of a 1-and-1. No good. A rebound fought for. It's Livy Lorber. 7 seconds to go. She'll run the length of the floor. Right side. Back to Lorber. Her turnaround shot. Blocked halfway up. Camille Paranto with the ball, and that will do it. Gobblers get the win on senior night, 55-54. Gobblers come up with the win here tonight against the Staples-Motley Cardinals, snapping a 9-game losing streak, getting their first win in Mid-State Conference play, and finish off the regular season with a big W on home floor tonight. Plenty to get to here in the post-game show. Gobblers win 55-54 on KKIN AM 930 FM 103.1 and also at yourliveevent.com. We'll be back here after this break.
It's been more than just a family tradition since 1938. Purchasing a new Ford car, truck, or pre-owned vehicle from Aitkin Motors. Family owned and operated. Aitkin Motors offers you a stress-free car shopping experience. Need an oil change? New tires? Check out the low-price tire guarantee. Aitkin Motors has a full service department with factory-trained Ford technicians. For hours, appointments, and vehicle inventory, visit AitkinMotorsCO.com.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
We are ISD1.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Dustin Richters.
Favorite teacher is Mr. Miller.
Mr. Googe is my favorite teacher.
Definitely Miss Grader. Definitely Miss Grader in class biology.
Mr. May.
Right now is psychology.
Mr. Smith's my favorite teacher.
Mr. May's science class.
Any art class.
Mr. May in my ornithology class.
We always practice good sportsmanship and respect. Go Gobblers. Go All-Stars.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Here in beautiful central Minnesota, we get to enjoy nature every day. At Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, we understand because we live, work, and play here too. However, just because you're not in the big city doesn't mean you can't have access to great internet service. Let MLEC Fiber give you the fast and reliable internet you deserve. Check to see if MLEC Fiber is available where you live. Visit us online or call our office at 218-429-0433.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Welcome back here on KKIN AM 930 FM translator 103.1 The Gobbler. And for those also tuning in at yourliveevent.com, final score 55-54. Gobblers hang on for a win tonight on senior night. Paul Voldo joined alongside Jeremy Jansen in the post-game show. A win for the Gobblers here. Built up a 40 should start off here. The contest opened up 12-2, 16-6 at one point for the Gobblers. They trailed in that first half, swung right back around with 3 first half scores in double digits, led by 16 at 40-24 in that first half. But then the second half came out, a 9-0 run start for a 9-0 run for the Staples-Motley Cardinals. Eventually trimmed the lead down to 5 points. Then it was down to a 2-point lead at one point in the waning moments of this contest tonight against Staples-Motley. But the Gobblers were able to hang on for this win, 55-54 with a win here tonight. And Jeremy, there were just many things to look back on this contest. Gobblers kept the turnovers down the first half. Unfortunately, opened up the second half, a lot more turnovers, but ultimately coming through at the end and getting the win here tonight.
Yeah, 19 turnovers in the second half. Staples had 19 total, 10 in the second half. Gobblers with a two-half total of 28 turnovers. Again, they played super clean. We talked in the break there. The Cardinals were going to come out and push. They down 16. So Gobblers had to have the same type of tenacity they had in the first half, and it took them a little while to get going there. Big difference. So Staples shot 24 free throws tonight. Wow. Gobblers only shot 13. We were 8 of 13 from the free throw line. They were 7 of 24 from the free throw line, and that's they got to the line, and in the second half they shot 15 alone to our 5, and so a big difference where they made up a little bit there. And ultimately, Gobblers, though, they were getting out rebounded late in the game. Though they did a better job. It was second half ended 13 to 13 rebounds. Gobblers 2 half total of 28 to the Cardinals 24. Leading the way for the Cardinals, they had Lauren Rutt with 19 and 3 and Ashley Robin with 9 and 7. Gobblers on the other end, Tegan and Ella both with 18 and 7 for Tegan, 18 and 3 for Ella, and Britta Westman 12 and 3 for the Gobblers. So a big win. You know, your final game on your home court as a senior for those girls is you can remember that it went out with a victory.
Yes, and in the process of obviously getting a win tonight on senior night for the 4 seniors in total, 3 on the floor tonight as well. They get a win. First conference win of the season in mid-state conference action. A Section 7 2A victory as well against Staples-Motley to jump over the Cardinals in section play. And also getting a win to send out the seniors here tonight. And speaking of our seniors tonight, let's get them here on the post-game show. We've got Ella Jansen, Eiley Cullum, and Tegan Piesick joining us here on the post-game show tonight. Girls jumped out. Well, I should say you started off behind as well. Rallied in the first half as well to get up by 16. What really turned around there, especially in the first half? Whoever wants to start off, that you're down by 10. What ultimately led to a big turnaround to get you girls up at halftime?
We started focusing on holding on to the ball and keeping possession longer and just taking smarter shots.
I know that was definitely one thing, seeing a lot more shots in the first half, especially Ella and Tegan as well, both of you hitting from outside as well. Overall, how did you feel shooting-wise tonight, especially from that first half?
It felt pretty good in the first half. I mean, we were both hitting back to back to back, and it was great.
And I know for Eiley as well, putting in a lot of the dirty work here tonight as well, fighting for loose balls, patented Eiley Cullum. If she doesn't end the play on the floor, something bad happened, I think. But creating a lot of turnovers, that really helped out as well in that first half, coming back from that 10-point deficit. Overall, saw not only yourself, but a lot of your teammates contributing too. That I'm sure that had to feel good with not only yourself diving for those loose balls, but really putting in a lot of extra effort tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Defense is a big part of the game.
You know, think about that. You know, one play in particular, Paul, that won't show up in the score sheet, but we had a turnover back here in the backcourt, and Eiley came out of nowhere to knock that ball out of bounds, and it ended up turning over. We stole that next possession and went the other way, and so a good hustle play. It's an easy layup and 2 points, and you think about the difference in the game, a 1-point game, and something that doesn't show up in the score sheet all the time is hustle and hard work, and you guys pulled it off tonight. Great game and nerve-wracking for us up here.
Certainly,
yes.
Certainly. Wouldn't have it any other way, especially this matchup between Staples-Motley and Aitkin as well. I know a lot of these contests coming from, of course, the first time around, it was, a big difference. I know team wasn't the same team that was early on, but, obviously getting this win on your home floor, getting a nice win on senior night as well for you girls, too. And obviously snapping a losing streak, too. A lot of things checked off here at the end of the regular season, but obviously, great overall play tonight. And this matchup always seems to bring out the best in both teams as well. So would you say that's the same for you as well? Yeah. But a win here tonight on senior night as well for you girls, too. You get to close out the regular season at home. You get a win on senior night, snapping 9-game losing streak. First conference win of the season as well. Obviously, we want to get a moment here for you girls, too. We've got the little printout here of, something for you girls, too, from the season as a whole. But you look back on your careers as well here. I know we still got sectional play coming up here next week. But if there's one thing you look back on your career here in an Aitkin Gobbler uniform, I'll let you girls say, what do you cherish here the most from your time?
I'm going to say I cherish most playing for my teammates and the memories and connections I've made throughout the whole program.
I agree. I think the friendships I've made, I'm going to go through life with having friends I made on my team, and we'll just still stay in touch after high school, and it's just been fun.
I agree with both of them. The friendships and the memories will always last a lifetime.
And girls as well, I know this being one of the last games that I'll be able to broadcast for you as well. Your play over your 4 years and being able to watch you girls come in from being freshmen, obviously, and obviously contributing here for this program over the years. It's been a real pleasure, I certainly say, and I appreciate the time coming on the post-game show, before, after, during games as well. I appreciate everything over these last few years. Eiley rocking the number 21 like I did with the Aitkin's team.
Right.
That's right. Tegan coming back from injury from last year as well. seeing your career blossom from the very beginning, and Ella just always being there. Just from one sporting event to another, you and your 37 brothers always lurking around here. There's one Jansen around the corner. There's 3 more right behind you at the same time. So I want to say thank you. Obviously, thank you again as well for the present from all of Aitkin Athletics. Just thank you again. And I knew there was one thing I was forgetting, and I forgot the T-shirts I left in my car. But I'll be sure to settle up with you as well. I do have some big deal certificates here for our seniors here tonight, our big deal players of the game tonight. Girls, I certainly do say thank you over the last few years as well. We'll get you these Pizza Ranch certificates. But again, thank you again for coming on the postgame show.
Thank you for your time.
Eiley Cullum, Tegan Piesick, and also Ella Jansen, our big deal players of the game here tonight for the Aitkin Gobblers as well. Welcome into the postgame show as well. Coach Kaya Davies for the Gobblers here tonight. Well, Coach, wire-to-wire finish here tonight after a rough start. You get up by 16 at the half. Second half was up by double digits once again and took it all the way to the very end. Overall play. Well, let's start off with the first half. You get down by 10 early on. What turned around things in that first half to get up to that double-digit lead going into halftime?
I don't know why the girls keep doing that to us. But, you know, some teams come out fast. Some teams come out strong. I guess we come out underdogs, that's for sure. So, I had to call that timeout, though. They were just, I don't even know, they weren't playing as a unit. And then I was like, guys, what are we doing? Calm down. But I think that really changed around the game, and the girls started hitting some shots and started focusing on their shooting and stuff like that. Like I said, Woodrow down there, defense wins games. That's for sure what happened here tonight. We got very fortunate with the foul calls and right at the end there, and that technical, I'm very surprised that happened. I didn't even see it. So
yeah, it was a surprise to us as well.
I missed it, completely missed it. And I looked, and Camille was like, "It's okay." I was like, "Are you hurt? Like, what's going on?" She just shoved me. I'm like, "Okay, well that's good." But like I said to the girls the last 2 days at practice, free throws wins games and situationals, and that's what we practiced our last practice. We did a bunch of situationals. Hey, we're at this time on the clock. This is the score. This is the foul count. What's the plan here? Kind of deal. So. And that really showed tonight. The 5 on the court were very calm and very collected and knew exactly what I expected out of them.
One thing, Coach, you know, every game there's adversity within the game, and you know, I felt personally up here that there were some calls that didn't go our way. You know, some fouls that didn't get called when we were shooting, in the process of shooting, and you know, but our girls fought through it. They never wavered from it, and it's tough to do. I mean, I'm talking to Paul, they attempted 24 free throws, 15 in the second half to our 13 total.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
rough.
It's tough to.
I try to remind the girls. When I looked up and everybody had 3s next to their name, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
But I try to remind the girls, you gotta control the controllables. What you control is how you respond and what your attitude is. If you respond angry and upset, you're going to take yourself and your teammates out of the game. If you respond in control and understand that you have to just face adversity towards that, then you're going to come back and respond correctly. That's what I wrote on the board today, responding. They get a basket, we need a basket. If they turn the ball over, we need 2 baskets, stuff like that. So,
girls did a good job of that.
Agreed.
Coach, obviously another thing to note of as well, obviously you get some of the big numbers from scoring-wise tonight. Tegan, Ella, I know Bretta Westman finished in double-digit points tonight, but maybe some numbers that don't show up on the stat sheet. You got Eiley Cullum diving for loose balls, Emma Skye as well, especially in that first half, and midway through the second half as well, you know, getting a lot of big rebounds in the second half. A lot of this team didn't play that first time around against Staples-Motley, and obviously that paid out in a big way here tonight with really a lot of contribution from a lot of different players tonight.
Agreed. The first day of practice, I wrote up on the board roles. Somebody tell me what a role is, and then we went around the room and discussed what the point guard role is, what this role is. Now we're to the point of what each player's role is. Eiley Cullum is not the player that's going to hit the big bucket. She might hit one that puts us back in the game, but she's not going to drop in 15 points, and we all know this. Emma Skye, big border for us. That's huge for her. That's what her game is. I'm going to work on her and hopefully get some putbacks in those boards. Britta, Ella, and Tegan, those are our scorers. And even Jake. Jake maybe had not as a great solid night tonight, but she is a very solid player and is very controlled in what she does. Abby Palm, coming back from the injury, she knows her role. Her role is to do the little things and then hit the few buckets she can here and there. That's for sure.
You know, we talked to Eiley up here, you know, the things that don't show up on the score sheet is, you know, sliding for a loose ball But we had a turnover in the backcourt here, and she hustles down and knocks the ball out of bounds. Otherwise, it's an easy layup. And then that next inbounds, we steal it and go back the other way and get points out of it. And so
I'm pretty sure we hit a 3. I think
yeah,
that's what
right.
happened. So
and
that's a plus 4 point or effectiveness score, so that's huge.
Yep. And so it's those types of things, and to your point, Coach, with knowing your role and Eiley doing a great job defensively for us tonight.
Right.
Coach, now we take our eyes towards the postseason. Sectional play coming up here next week as well. Get a little bit of time, a little bit of rest for these girls to, obviously fine-tune a couple of things and get some practice. Now we get into the real season, the postseason next week.
Right, and I think it's looking up to be Duluth-Marshall, but don't quote me on that one. But
I think it determined probably tonight between Duluth-Marshall and Esco played each other.
Yeah.
So whoever wins that game, I think, will end up being who we face.
But like I told the girls, okay, you have your 2 days off now. Now you have 3 days here, and it's got to be straight focus, 110% intensity, and listening. That's the biggest thing. The girls lack experience, so you have to listen, you have to learn as you go kind of situation. So hopefully they can respond well this next week.
Coach, we certainly do appreciate the time, obviously, throughout this season as well, to come up talking to us before the game, after the game as well, and we'll look forward to hopefully catching up with you postseason here next week.
Thank you.
Coach Kaya Davies for the Aitkin Gobblers joins us here on the post-game show. Gobblers win 55-54 here tonight. Take another break here on the post-game show. We'll start wrapping things up from Aitkin High Schools. The Gobblers win on senior night 55-54 here on YourLiveEvent.com. KKIN AM, The Gobbler.
I'm dreaming of a world where thinkers and doers collide, where technology creates pathways for new opportunities and ideas. I want to ask questions and shape the answers that lead to real and meaningful advancements in this digital era. I'm going to innovate the world someday.
Riverwood Healthcare Center in Aitkin provides total joint care for shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, hands, and wrists. Our team of highly skilled orthopedic surgeons use innovative procedures to increase mobility and reduce pain. Get back to the activities you enjoy. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org. Riverwood Healthcare, your trusted leader for orthopedics and sports medicine.
I'm dreaming of a world where everyone has the opportunity for education. Where classrooms are not only a place to learn, but to make an impact. I will help the next generation of game changers and difference makers. I am going to teach the world someday.
Welcome back here one more time on the postgame show here on KKIN AM 930 FM Translator 103.1. The Gobblers come out victorious here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com, 55-54, as they now finish off the regular season 7-17. As we will take our eyes to the postseason, Staples-Motley finishes off the season 6-20 overall. Paul Vold, as Jeremy Jansen has stepped away here for the evening as well, so we'll start wrapping things up here with the post-game show tonight. Take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Gobblers win here tonight by the score of 55-54. Final scores with Nevis winning over Pine River Bacchus girls basketball on Skeeter 101.5 and YourLiveEvent.com. Final score at 60-41. An exciting finish and a win for the Crosby Ironton girls basketball team as they win 73-68 against Minnehaha Academy here this evening, as the Gobbler girls finish off the regular season with a win as well. The other final scores as well, Pequot Lakes girls basketball wins 63-22 against Park Rapids, and also the boys won earlier by the score of, that was a final score of 59-44 over Moose Lake Willow River. Gobblers win here tonight, again, 40-24. Also forgot to announce our big deal player of our Enbridge. I bring the energy player of the game here tonight before we start wrapping things up. Give that one tonight to Camille Pronto, coming off the bench, 4 points, 5 rebounds tonight. Camille Pronto as our Enbridge. I bring the energy, player of the game here this evening, as the Gobblers again improved to 7-17 on the regular season. Postseason coming up next week. We'll see where the Gobblers head off, and hopefully will be a favorable matchup in Section 7 2A basketball for the Gobblers here next week as well. Don't forget, we'll still have Gobbler basketball regular season finale, I should say, senior night coming up here next week for the Aitkin Gobbler boys. They take on Pequot Lakes. The Gobbler boys have been playing pretty good as of late, getting a win here earlier this week against Proctor. They're going to be in action on Saturday down at Mora. Will the Gobbler boys basketball team as well. We won't have coverage of that one, but we will have Gobbler boys basketball coming up on Tuesday against the likes of Pequot Lakes to finish off the regular season here tonight. Speaking of regular season finales tonight, final home game of the season as well for the Aitkin Gobbler girls and the seniors as well. Ella Jansen, number 24. Eiley Cullum, number 21. Tegan Piesick, number 20. And manager Alyssa Campa here for the Gobbler girls here tonight. And a big thank you to the seniors for coming on the postgame show. Coach Kaya Davies for joining us on the postgame show. And a big thank you as well to Coach Bruce Fuhrman for joining us in the pregame show as well. Big thank you once again for the over these last few years with the Aitkin Gobbler community as well. Players past and present for coming on here, pregame, postgame shows. Jeremy Jansen for joining us here the last couple years on color commentary and taking book. Again, without this great support over these last few years, boy, it'd just be another job. But you know what? The stepping away from this job, after, the winter sports season comes to an end, it's going to be like leaving family, leaving home. It's certainly going to be a big difference, but we'll have more coming up here with that next week, and there'll be some information coming out here in the near future. But the Gobblers win here tonight, 55-54, get a Section 7 2A win to bump themselves up in the postseason. They get a win on their home court to finish off the regular season. They win on senior night. They snap a 9-game losing streak and a win for the Aitkin Gobbler girls here on the Gobbler as well. So we wrap things up here this evening. Again, Gobblers led by the likes of 18 points apiece from Ella Jansen and Tegan Piesick tonight. Leading scorer as well, 19 points for Lauren Rutten, finishing off the season as well in the regular season. Gobblers are now 7-17 as Staples-Motley falls to 6-20. Well, don't forget our broadcast schedule coming up here for this weekend. We will have the Saturday Sports Wrap starting at 10 a.m. on the Gobbler, KKIN, AM 930, FM Translator 103.1. Starting at 10 a.m. with yours truly, Paul Vold, and Jeremy Stouter will be on that one for well. We'll even have a Section 7 2A individual wrestling coming up starting at 9:45 from Rush City High School. Devin Kruger, Noah Caruso, and Lance Bellman will have coverage of that on yourliveevent.com. We'll have Minnesota Twins spring training baseball as they take on Tampa Bay, a 12 p.m. start on KKI and FM Real Country 94.3. We'll have Section 6A quarterfinal hockey action. Northern Lakes plays host to Wilmer, the 3 seed, playing host to the 6 seed. That'll be a 5:40 pregame on Talk 100 KLKS from Breezy Point. I'll have the call for that one. Minnesota Golden Gopher basketball, it'll be Nebraska as well. They take on Nebraska, 2 p.m. pregame coverage on 3WI FM Cash 95.9. But again, we'll have Aitkin Gobbler basketball coming up on Tuesday. Senior night as the Gobbler boys take on Pequot Lakes on KKI AM 930, FM 103.1, and also yourliveevent.com. Well, a big thank you to everybody for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Without your support and tuning in, again, I'd just be some guy barking into the wind. But nonetheless, thank you again for your support over the season as well and over the years. And again, you can always stay up to date. Scores, schedules, broadcast times at rjbroadcasting.com, and tune in for Aitkin Gobbler High School sports on yourliveevent.com during the home basketball or the home seasons as well. A big thank you again to Aitkin High School, Staples-Motley High Schools, and everybody as well. If you heard some of our sponsors or saw some of our sponsors with the video stream, be sure to go to those local businesses and say thank you with your patronage, and always shop local. Well, until Tuesday night, this is going to be Paul Vold signing off from Aitkin High School. Gobbler girls win on senior night 55-54 on KKIN, AM 930, FM Translator 103.1, the Gobbler at rjbroadcasting.com and yourliveevent.com. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. Have a great rest of your Friday night and a great weekend. Good night, everybody.